Hey, just want to give you a quick update on Gitpages and how it's going. So I just want to show you a pretty cool feature that I've been working on, which is called Gitpages Playground. And what essentially is an editor in the browser that will allow you to create your landing pages. So I had to think about this Gitpages YAML file that will be hosted in your GitHub project. But I wanted a way for developers to easily kind of play around with the file, play around with blocks and see things as they're building it. So this is the playground that I've been working on this week, and you can see here that everything on the left is rendered over on the right, and as we make changes, the page on the right is updated. So let's just give an example of this, making changes. For example, you can see that the title was changed here. Let's just make some changes here, some other changes here. You can see there that everything we do is kind of updated over there, which is pretty cool. So let's just walk through what we're seeing on the right and compare it to the left. So the primary theme at the moment is pink. So if we change this to green, for example, you'll see that everything on this page upgrades to green. But let's revert back to pink because it's pretty cool. And then the first block we got on here is a navigation block. So this is the thing at the top you see here. So if you're not interested in that, all you've got to do is delete that and it will go. But let's keep with the navigation block for now. And then we've got a hero block. So the hero block is this big thing up here. So you've got your title, cover image, and subtitle, and some call to actions. So everything you see will be documented at some point. But the idea is people could come to the playground and kind of build things up as they like. And the cool thing about the blocks is there are other different styles of blocks. So for example, let's go to desktop. This is another thing I worked on this week, which is the ability to see like mobile view, desktop view, all with the slider. I thought it was just you could do that with divs and resizing divs, but it seems like you can't, and this has to be an iframe. So that's something I learned the hard way. But that's pretty cool. So we can see desktop, we can see our cover image at the top there, and everything else below. So let's just go back down to mobile again. About here will do, and let's change this actually to a slant. And what that means is a different type of hero block that this different style, that this hero block has. So as we go up, we can see we've got side by side on the slant here, which is really cool. So again, and you know, if I change that back, stacked, it'll be like that. If we change it to slanted, it would be that, which is really cool. Another thing I've been working on is allowing all blocks to have a dark mode. So if you wanted this up here to be dark rather than the white background, we can, in the props, we can do dark is true, and you can see it flips over the styles for us, which is really cool. And then down here, you see this features block. Let's say we don't want that to be dark. We just remove dark true there, and we get a light one there, which is really cool. So let's keep going. So we've got the features block. So all the features are here. Let's say we don't want these two features for whatever reason, delete them, and they'll be updated here. The icons are using hero icons, so you can just specify which icon you want. But again, you know, the whole idea is you come in here, update this feature, and you can see the changes over here, which is really cool. If we scroll down, this is a content block, so still building this. But the idea is the content in here is actually markdown, so you can do whatever you want. So let's write a quote, you know, hello world. This will hopefully save you time if you're watching this. Markdown header, something interesting about your project. You know, you can do whatever you want here, and it'll just render over there, which is, again, hopefully helpful. If we go down, there's some stats. This is called the stats block. Again, you can write whatever you want. So if you, let's just say it's 50% open source. I'm not sure why you do that. But you can change these stats, 100,000 stars, whatever. I'm hoping at some point to pull this in dynamically for like NPM packages and things like that. So you can see how many stars you've got, how many downloads it's got that week, that month, whatever you want really. And I guess it'll be up to you as a developer to specify what you're interested in. And then down here, we've got the basic footer. So just some text here, my package. Scroll down, you see the changes there. If you put a Twitter URL, GitHub URL, we'll put the icons. If you delete them, it'll get rid of them. Let's just delete them for now, for this example. So that's pretty cool. And you can see again, desktop and mobile. So it's very basic at the moment. And as time goes on, I'm going to be adding more blocks to this. But let's just add, let's give you an example of adding a block. So maybe we put it under the features one. So if I come into the editor and just press Control Space, I get a whole list of blocks that are available to use. Hero blocks, maintainers blocks. Let's do a maintainers block actually. But you can see, just scroll down, and the idea is we'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the barrier for the developer is quite small, and you'll be able to just add blocks and do what you want pretty fast. Let's add a maintainers block though. Let's do a side-by-side style. So if I press enter, you can see that straight away I've got this maintainers block over here. So meet the people behind the project. It's really up to you what you do here. This is just default text. You know, we're a small group of people. And then you can add like images, you know, maybe the profile pictures of Twitter or whatever else. The Twitter URL, GitHub URL, if I delete that, again, you can see it's gone from there. If we change this, so if we undo that and go for maintainers block, and let's go for tiled, you can see here I've got a tiled maintainers block there, which is pretty cool. And if you don't want the block up here, and let's say you want it below your features, let's just quickly do that. So all I do is grab this, cut that out, come in here and paste below my features. And now you can see that the block is below the features. And the general idea is developers will be able to come into the playground and just pick which blocks you want, control space, pick your blocks, play around, and all kinds of stuff. So over time, as I said, there'll be animation blocks, there'll be like tutorial blocks, so write tutorials. At the moment we have code blocks, so let me show you an example of this. Let's say a stacked code block. Here it is at the moment. So you can see here, you can actually write your code in your YAML file and it will render out here for people to copy and paste, which is really cool. So again, let's delete that, just go back. So this is what the playground is. It's just an online editor that will allow you to create landing pages, hopefully super fast. So if I was to refresh this, all your changes are stored in local storage, so you can kind of come back and do what you want and load things, which is hopefully nice. But one thing I want to show you is the other two features here, the export function, okay? So if you want to just export this as HTML and host yourself in an S3 bucket or do whatever you want to do with the HTML file, come in, click this button, export as HTML, and then click on your file and it will load your landing page for you. If you want to export straight to GitHub, this is where Getpages will host your landing page for you, okay? So let's give you an example. So if we head over to GitHub, this is my project, okay? I've got a simple create React app application, open source project. So if I grab the URL, let's just delete that off. If I grab the URL, come back here and export to GitHub, paste the URL in, click next. So it will ask me to do three things. First of all, we'll copy to clipboard. So that copies everything behind into the clipboard. And then we're going to create our Gitpages.yml file in our project. So let's click that, create the page, paste our content in and commit that file. So now you can see we've got this Getpages YAML file. So next, if we go to step 3, which is view the project, if we click on that button, then it will open a new tab at the top and show us an example of our landing page. So this is actually hosted on Getpages for you. So you don't need to host anything yourself if you don't want to. And this reads everything from your project, from your Gitpages.yml file, which is hosted in GitHub. So if you want to make changes, just go there, make changes to the file, come back here and refresh and your changes will be there. So the idea is with this URL, you could share this URL around to developers or put it on your repo and you'll have a landing page for your GitHub project, hopefully within seconds. So if you're interested in this or anything I've got to say, or if you're still with me on this YouTube video, head over to Gitpages.app. That's the landing page for this project. I'm hoping to release early access, hopefully next week. So if you're interested, sign up. I've got a few more blocks to write, some documentation to write and some bugs to fix, but then hopefully start giving you all early access and just start getting the feedback. Come check out the project, watch the videos online or whatever you want to do. So that's it for now for this week. So hopefully give you another update soon.